Hello everyone, this is Zeeebo and welcome to this AFK journey video. So for today's Harmonic challenge guide, challenge stakes is actually a rank mode where you are able to compete with other players in terms of the point system to secure some slightly better rewards right here. So for this part, I will be splitting the guide into two parts. One, clearing of all the stage quests for those of you guys who are just here to get all the rewards, as well as all the gems right here from the milestone rewards, right? So up to 10,000 points. And the next video, which is on the challenge stage itself, will be my best free-to-play teams, as well as some of the ideas I have to give you best rewards, or the best teams, or the best combination of stuff to give you the best points itself. So stay tuned for that video. So starting off with the very first one, we're going to go to stage quest over here. Our goal would be to try to clear all the stage quests as well as the milestone rewards. So 1006, 4000 points, as well as 10,000 points. They are the 3 stage quests as well as the points milestone. So the first one is Magic Flute and Healing Hub as allied buff. Okay, against Dahlia, Fresto, Scalita, and Damien, we have quite a fair bit of sustain and buffs for Dino. So I'm guessing Dan is gonna buff Dino with the Clemency Chime. And we have Scalita flying into the air. We have Damien for the heals as well as the haste buff from Inventor's Will with Sonorous Bell, right? Luckily for me, the artifact is not an insta buff onto Dino. If not, Dino's damage output is going to be pretty insane. So if that's the case, 1006. Okay, against Dan, we're not going to use that much ultimate. So I think Power Restraint is okay. So for this one, we will try to build a strategy around a team that's not that ultimate reliant, right? So this is 800 points. 6 seconds into battle. Okay, I think giving the opponent extra energy regen is not... Okay, I mean, it's scary. That will basically shut us down. But if you are not going to use ultimate in the first place, I honestly don't think this energy regen matters too much. Yeah, I mean, like, Dan is going to shut down his own team as well. Only Dano's able to cast the ultimate. Right, so if Dan gets the energy restore, we will be able to let him lock his own team anyway. So allied buff, we have the sustain as well as the control with damage. We can't use iron teams here because of Dan's existence, right? So if that's the case, this is okay. So Dano's getting the buff. We have Damien here. I'm assuming this is probably real Fresto. Okay. So we won't be able to use our ultimate. What I'll do is I'm going to use Bonnie. We're going to use the Thunderstrike comp. Yeah. Thunderstrike Bonnie against our... Thunderstrike Bonnie with a whole bunch of annoying unit that stays around, like Damien, for example. I'm going to use Tarsi. But I think for this one, we have to give a tank. We have to put a tank in front. Yeah, so we try to wither the opponent. I'll give energy regen to Tarsi. We'll give control immunity to Bonnie. From the looks of it, okay, we're gonna make sure that we have as much stats as possible and have good sustain. So we're gonna go with Ludovic for this one. Okay, so Talin's fine as well. If I have Talin, we're just gonna throw in a Talin, I guess. Yeah, throw in a Talin here. I think Talin's quite annoying on the sustain portion as well. Yep, so let's put Talin here, Oni here. Yeah, I think we'll target Dano with the debuff. So let's start the battle. Okay. So yeah, the debuff is on Dano. Nice burst by Dano down before the Dano is able to come online. Should be able to clear this stage. Okay, Skylar comes down. Done. Okay. So this is the Bonnie, Tarsi, and the usual burst comp with Thunderstrike, Bonnie, Tarsi, Talin with some frontline power from Fresto. So I think this team might actually be the team to clear all the stages, because Dan pretty much shuts down a lot of team. So that's stage 1 cleared. Let's go into stage 2. Stage 2 is 4,000 points with Magic Flute, extra energy recovery, and physical power. Okay. Oh shit. Auto selected. Okay. Extra power. Okay, I'm actually using all of them already anyway, so it doesn't matter. So there's a power up, right? Power constraint. No, physical power, extra energy recovery. Extra energy recovery, I think it's fine. Because Dan shuts down the ultimate of his own team as well. So if that's the case, like I mentioned earlier, right? Since we are not that reliant on our ultimates because of Dan, I think we can give the opponent the power restraint. Physical power increases the physical damage, which means that Dino is gonna hit super hard. Dan is physical. Oh, Dan is magical. So yeah, to be honest, this is not that scary because I mean, if you can burst down the Dino, it's honestly not that crazy, to be really honest. So we're still missing 700 points. These are the 3 power-ups that we need to clear. Magic flute right here. Okay, so there is a little bit of control as well. Okay. I tell you what, we're gonna give the opponent the energy on attack boost. Cause right, since the opponent's getting like extra energy, and Dan is gonna shut them down, we're just gonna give them even more energy. So it's like excess like energy wastage, initial energy boost as well, because yeah, I think it's quite, I think initial energy boost is good enough. Yeah, we are down to 4k points this way, because the reason is simple, right? Because it doesn't matter if you have the energy, if your die is going to shut down your own team's ultimate, so that's that. But okay, die is at the start of battle, so they can't use their skill, so it's fine. If not, what you can do, okay, honestly speaking, I don't want to give them the stats, because giving them the stats actually slows you down in terms of killing them, and giving them attack might cause them to nuke you harder, right? Over just giving them more energy. To be honest, giving them more energy is actually insanely good, because it doesn't, like, it's not gonna, like, I'll say, change too much, because since they are really not using ultimate, and since you're not using ultimate, then this is actually more beneficial for you, because you get more points with lesser risk. So since we can actually change out the allied buff, we're gonna go with the bursty allied buff. So I guess healing hub is good, because like the heals as well as the sustain against Dino is okay. We're gonna go with the Bonnie Damien shred as well. Same thing. Damien, okay. I think we can use a bell. Yeah. Removes any control effect. War drum is okay. Is there any control effect on enemy's team? I think Damien is control, but I guess War Horn and Valiant Horn is okay. Start of battle, we get this boost, right? So quickly burst the opponent down. I think, yeah, more noise, because we're gonna go with the Bonnie shred. So healing hub to give us additional survival. Okay, so for this one, okay, let's take out Tailin, right? Let's say if you don't even have Tailin, then I can suggest you put in a Lily May, I guess, because Lily May can also potentially cancel the Dano's ultimate. Lily May is good in this matchup because with Dan on the battlefield, Dano's gonna be the only one that can cast the ultimate, and usually the first one. So this is where Lily May will jump in, boom, cancel the ultimate, and then you have all these bursts, boom, the Dino goes down. So that will be the idea. I think for this one, we'll still stick with Bonnie, because Bonnie is really good against Dino. So that's that. Then we just give ourselves a whole bunch of sustain. Okay, so without further ado, let's start the battle. Oh, see, all this initial energy, they are wasted, because the opponent can't cast their skills, right? So pump, Lily May cancel the Dino ultimate, and then we burst it down. Then there's no DPS threat, because the physical damage boost from the opponent's side is not going to threaten us when the physical carry is not around. Yep, so we have the hub to also give us a sustain. Really nice stuff. And then we bring down the Damien. Okay, so that's 44,000 points. Done. Okay, so for this part, after quite a bit of trying, I'll tell you guys that it's totally not worth your time and effort for the very last challenge if you're free to play, or if you don't even have one copy done yet. Because what I realized is, for this part, if you have Healing Hub, Initial Energy, as well as Extra Energy Recovery and Wounded Fury together with the need for 10,000 points, if you have the Healing Hub, what will happen is it will give Dino the inbound, and Dino will start charging energy and he will start flying into the air, and because he has a whole bunch of energy regens, he will just come down and then he will fly up into the air again, and there's basically no way for you to deal with him in that state. So what I propose, or what I would say for this stage, is if you want to clear with the Healing Hub, you probably need Done, because you need some way to prevent the opposing Dino from sort of like flying again, subsequent flyings into the ultimate, into the air for the ultimate itself. So we're gonna not do that because I don't have Dudley on this account. So for me, for this part, I'm going to showcase the team that I got 10,000 points with, and then talk about the rationale for the buffs as well as the units used. So allied buff, we're going to use the Valiant Horn as well as the Healing Hub for additional inbound as well as the initial oomph in damage. Our goal is to finish off Dino as fast as possible, so Valiant Horn is going to be really good. And then for the opposing side, we're going to give them more of the weaker trial, which is Magic Flute, and also the Valiant Horn. So Valiant Horn is strong in the first 8 seconds, but because we have our own Healing Hub, we are able to be inbound, and once we finish off the Dino, the rest of the other units, they are relatively easy. So we're just gonna pump up our points by giving them some offense that will expire if they're not able to push through. So Valiant Horn is the best one. We're not going to use this one, War Drum, because War Drum gives them the ability to increase their attack and become unaffected if they're hit by a control effect. So for our team, we do have a little bit of control, which is what will proc this part, so we're not gonna give War Drum. And because for our build, we are giving Invading Force to them, so if we use Invading Force and War Drum, we're gonna take a lot more damage. So with Invading Force without War Drum, the opponent won't be able to fully reach our side, so not all units will be able to get the buff, so it's not as scary. But if you put it in, then GGWP. So that's for this part. Now for the other mechanics, we're going to give all the energy related one, like initial energy boost as well as extra energy recovery, and also the energy on attack boost and energy on hit boost. So this one is basically all the energy boost, but doesn't matter if you get silenced by Dudley. So yep, that's for the rationale for the energy side. Invading Force, cause like I mentioned, we are not gonna let them cross our side except for maybe Dino if he teleports over. And then we have this Ruthless Knockout. So this one is minimal cost for the points, because 6 seconds into battle, the allied hero with the lowest damage dealt is immediately defeated. So what this means is, you lose one hero, but that's pretty much it. So like that is like the better outcome you can ask for without over buffing your opponent. So that's why Ruthless Knockout. And then we also have this Wounded Fury. So this one, same thing, if you're able to burst them down, the haze doesn't really matter too much. So that's for the Wounded Fury side. And then last but not least, we have Weakening Control. So opponent doesn't have that much control. I think only Damien as well as Kalita has control. Dino with ultimate, I guess, to a certain extent. So this is basically a point booster. And last but not least, we have our 500 point Magic Might. So this estimated point is 10,100, which is enough for you to clear phase 3 for maximum gem rewards. So that would be something I'll recommend most people to do, because you need, I'll say, quite developed units as well as very specific units to get the higher points or get even more points. So I'll talk more about my best teams in the next video, where I talk about the different combis to scale your points. But let's showcase this battle right here. It took me quite a while to clear this. Okay, so we're gonna go with Lawson. Lawson is gonna give us the Stormbound Retribution as well as all the good buffs, as well as the Turbulent Resurgence with the EX weapon right here onto our Dun as well as Dino. So what will happen is we have Bonnie to target the Dino. We have our Lily May to jump to the Dino when he casts the ultimate to slow him down. And then we have the sustain from Damien as well as Lawson in the EX weapon with the frontlining power of Resto right here. And then we're going to use Storm Strike spell. So without any stats buff, right, if you have your Supreme plus Bonnie, you will need Supreme plus Bonnie, because every bit of damage will be crucial for you to snipe down the Dino before he flies into the air for his ultimate. So Bonnie Supreme Plus skill and stats really important. Mine is EX10 Supreme Plus. My Lily May's Paragon 1 EX15. I think Lily May is also, I'll say, important for that burst of damage, but I think you can still survive with Lily May with lesser EX weapon than mine, right? So I guess EX10 minimally should still work. And then we have Damien as well as Lawson. My Lawson is pretty low in copy. This game mode just upgraded it to the Supreme tier, so I don't have this one, but I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, so most importantly is for the Retribution as well as the heals from Turbulence Resurgence, and also the AoE damage if you're able to pull off the ultimate. Then for Fresto, as tanky as possible. For Damien, I'll say EX5 for the haste buff as well as the heals. So without further ado, let's start the battle. So we link. Okay, we're gonna slow down the battle here. Okay, we're gonna restart. So what you want to, why is the position like this, right? So we want to link the Dino to the Dun. Okay, so we have the additional damage onto the Dino as well as the damage onto the Dun itself. Okay, so unfortunately, I think this time around the RNG is not in our favor. The Dino managed to fly into the air, so usually we burst down the Dino pretty consistently with this build. But let's see whether or not see, this is what happened. If you let the Dino fly, you just keep on flying with all those energy stuff. So let me try again. We're gonna start the battle and do it again. This is really tough, by the way. Let's shift Damien one box back and let's start this battle. Okay. Yep, so Stormball Retribution for Dino to take more damage. Bam. Okay, so we remove Dino, and without their main source of damage, we just got to slowly bring down the rest of the opponent with our own sustain. So one thing about the power up itself, okay, right here we defeated it. So one thing about this team is not super duper ultimate reliant, and yeah, so that's why this team can actually take on Dunleer as well as power restrain. So that's pretty much it. I will be talking more about more points in the next video, so stay tuned for that. But hopefully this video is helpful for those of you guys who are free to play, low resources, don't Dunleer like me, and you want to max out your gem rewards for Harmony Challenge 6. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'll see you guys again in my next video. Bye guys.